Bertha with her speech, Making Shrimp and Grits. Making Shrimp and Grits, Bertha.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to grab some of my stuff in the bag.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
forgot. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Yes. A few months ago, my husband and I went to New Orleans for the first time. We were there for the weekend to celebrate our wedding anniversary, and we had a great time. Even though we were only there for a few days, we did a lot. We even took a hands-on cooking class, and it was amazing. Today I will be sharing a recipe that we cut, and you will be the class and I will be the instructor. So let's get started. Welcome everyone to the New Orleans School of Cooking. Everyone, please take a seat. On your chair you will find an apron. It's complimentary and it's a great souvenir. Please put it on. Now, on this side of the room, we have beverages. Help yourself. We have water, juice, we even have some alcoholic beverages. You're welcome to make yourself a mimosa, a Bloody Mary, whatever you like. But I do have to point out one thing. A few weeks ago, I had a gentleman that was just having too much fun. I had to cut him off. So I don't want to do that today, just warning. So let's go over the recipe real quick. This is a standard recipe from the school, and I'm gonna ask you to take some notes because I will be making some modifications in case you want to make this at home. Today we will be making shrimp and grits. And yes, I know a lot of people don't care for grits, but I can assure you the way we make grits today, it's gonna change your attitude towards them. So everyone, please move on to your working station, and once you get there, you'll find that all your ingredients have already been pre-measured. You will not be spending any time doing that. The first thing we're going to be doing are the grits, and let's briefly go over the ingredients. Of course, we'll be using grits, and instead of water, we're going to be using milk. You can also try using chicken stock, or my choice would be half cream, half milk. But today we're going to be using milk. And it's also calling out for the Romano cheese. You're welcome to use whatever cheese you like. You can use cheddar cheese, mild cheese, goat cheese. But today we're going to be using cream cheese. So take out your pot, put it on the stove at medium heat. You're going to bring it to a boil, and once it starts boiling, lower your heat, add your grits, and start stirring. Take out your wire whisk. You're going to be stirring for quite a while. Now at this time, I'm going to ask you to pour in, to get your cream cheese and put it in your pot. And you're going to be mixing and mixing. This is going to be 5 to 10 minutes non-stop. Once your grits get creamy, we were going to set it aside. So I'll be walking around making sure everyone's okay. If you have any questions, please ask. So it seems like the grits are ready now. Let's keep that on the stove, low heat, and let's move on to the shrimp. Now, everything that's on the recipe we will be using, but we're gonna be adding a few more ingredients. We're gonna need 1 teaspoon of black pepper, half a lemon, white wine, and chopped onions. And instead of using shrimp stock, we're gonna be using chicken stock. Take out your large skillet. Once again, put it on the stove at medium heat. Once your skillet is warm enough, go ahead and pour your chicken stock. You'll be adding the following ingredients: thyme, rosemary, oregano, your sauce, your seasoning. You have the choice of using this one, which is the Big Kevin's, or the one on the recipe, which is Joe Stuff's seasoning blend, whichever you want. I prefer this one. And you'll also be adding squeezing your lemon removing the seeds and placing your lemon in there as well. You'll also be adding the garlic. So you'll be cooking all this for a few minutes. Once it's cooked, you'll taste it. And if you're okay with the flavor, leave it as is. If not, add additional seasoning or sauce, whatever your choice. It's gonna be to your liking. So I'm gonna be walking around and I'll be having some beer. We're gonna be using that to pour to our sauce. It needs to be at room temperature. It can never be too hot or too cold, because if it is, it could change the flavor on your other ingredients. So just keep that in mind when you're doing that at home. At this time, I'm gonna ask you to remove the lemon and set aside. Once your sauce is ready, it's been cooking for, let's say, 1 to 2 minutes, you're gonna start cooking your shrimp. The shrimp will be cooked 3 minutes each side. So now that the shrimp is ready, go ahead and remove it and set it aside once again. Now, we're gonna be melting all of our butter, but this time, we're gonna be melting small pieces at a time, not the whole stick, just small pieces, and you're gonna be stirring the whole time. Once your butter is melted, I'm gonna walk around again and I'm gonna add a splash of wine. We're gonna return the lemon into the sauce, and you wanna make sure that it thickens and that the sauce turns medium brown. I'll walk around to make sure everyone's sauce is ready, and when it is, you're gonna turn off your stove completely. Your grits and your sauce are now ready. Now, get your plate, serve your grits, the shrimp on top, get your sauce, pour it over it, and get your chopped onions and garnish it. Now you can go back to your tables and enjoy your meal. When my husband and I cooked this meal, I was amazed with the flavor. It was so good. I just couldn't believe it. The grits, when he mentioned grits, I was already having a negative attitude. I'm like, I don't know why we're making grits. This is not a good combination, but the sauce and the grits complemented each other. It was really good. So if you're ever in New Orleans and you want to try something different, I recommend this class. They have the option of the hands-on cooking class. It's a little more pricey, or you can do it's a presentation class. You can try that one as well. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask. I'll be over there.
Great.
No sense.